Hello everyone, in this video we will learn the sentences. Sentences are divided on the basis of the purpose and the structure. Sometimes we may get confused that sentences like assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative, they are also called as the different kind of sentences. And the sentences like simple, complex, compound, they are also divided. We can say that they are also kinds of sentences, so people generally get confused. So we need to understand that sentences are divided on the basis of their purpose and on the basis of their structure. In this video we will learn in detail about the sentences based on this structure, that is simple, complex, compound. But let's have a look at the sentences of the purpose in brief. So I can swim in deep water. This is an assertive sentence which is used to tell something, to make a statement. So the purpose of using such sentence is to inform or to say something. Second is, can you speak French? So the question is there. So the purpose of using such sentences are to interrogate. So this is called the interrogative. And the third is, please open the door. Such sentences are called imperative sentences, and the purpose of such sentences are making request, giving advice, or giving order, and so on. The last is, what a fantastic movie it is. This is a kind of exclamatory sentence which is used to express our strong emotions. So these are the different purposes for telling, for asking, for giving commands or making requests, and for expressing our strong emotions. So these all sentences are also different types of sentences which are based on its purpose. Now let's have a look at the next type, that is the sentences based on its structure. So the first is simple sentence, second compound sentence, and the third is complex sentence. Now in detail we will see. Simple sentences are the sentences in which we have only one independent clause. And the structure of the simple sentence is, we have one subject plus one finite verb, and it makes a complete sense. It does not require any other clause for its complete sense, for its meaning, and it does not even use the conjunction. Remember it. Let's see the examples. Neha goes to school in a van. So here Neha is subject and goes is the verb, and it does not have to be dependent on its meaning for any other clause. It is only one independent clause with its clear sense. Second example is, Arnav is an intelligent boy. So here again structure, Arnav is subject, is the verb, and it is one independent sentence which has the capacity to express its meaning on its own. There is no conjunctions used in the simple sentences. Now the next type of sentence is the compound sentence. How it is made? It is made up of two independent clauses. Remember it. Simple sentence is made up of one, and compound sentence is made up of two independent clauses. And the structure we follow in compound sentences are, it has two subjects. You must be thinking, how can two subjects be together? So obviously we have two independent clauses. So in each clause one subject would be there. So altogether two subjects plus two finite verbs also, because for each subject we have to use each finite verb. And the thing is that we have to use the conjunctions. Why? Because we have two independent clauses which forms one sentence. So until and unless we will use something to connect, it will not become one sentence out of two clauses. So we have to use the conjunctions. Which conjunctions do we use in compound? coordinating conjunctions. What are they? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. These are the coordinating conjunctions which are used in the compound sentence, which are also called as the fanboys. You must have known it. Like, you know, we have taken first letter of all the conjunctions, like F from for, A from and, N from nor, B from but, O from or, Y from yet, and S from so. So these compound sentences are made up of two independent clauses, and coordinating conjunctions are used to join them. Next type is look at the examples. Neha goes to school in a van and it is big. So first independent clause is Neha goes to school, and the other independent clause is it is big. Both are joined using coordinating conjunction and. Second example, we went to the theater but the film had already started. Here first clause is we went to the theater, and the other is the film had already started. Why they are called as the two independent clauses? Because even if we say Neha goes to school in a van, it has its own meaning, and even if we say it is big, it has its own meaning. Both have subject, here Neha, and in the second clause it. Both has verb, finite verb. In the first clause goes and the second clause is. So both have, two subjects and two finite verbs, and both are independent for their meaning, and they are joined using the coordinating conjunctions. That's why they are called as the compound. So here also we have two clauses. Even if we say we went to the theater, it has its own meaning. The film had already started, it is also capable to express its clear sense without taking help of any other clause. So both these clauses, as they are independent for their meaning, they are called independent clauses. So in compound sentence, we join two independent clauses using the coordinating conjunction. In the second example, we have taken but coordinating conjunction. In the first one, it was and. In the second one, it is but. Now the next type of sentence is the complex sentence. Here you must remember that complex sentence is formed by one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. That means we may have sometimes two dependent clause or more also. Now the structure of the complex sentence is one main clause and one subordinate clause. Now when I say main and subordinate, so it is not different than independent and dependent. Okay, independent means independent, free for its meaning, so it is main, and dependent means it is not free for its meaning, it is depending, so it is called subordinating. It's very clear, don't get confused between these two words. Independent means main means independent, and dependent means subordinate means dependent. So in complex sentence we have main clause and one at least subordinate clause, and it is joined. Obviously, as we have two clauses, we have to join them. So we use subordinating conjunction to join one independent and one dependent clause that makes a complex sentence. Now there is a tip. Sometimes it happens that in the beginning the first clause is a subordinate or dependent clause, and on the second place we use main clause or the independent clause. So at that time you need to use punctuations properly. When the independent or the main clause comes first, comma should not be used to separate the two clauses. But when the dependent clause, that means subordinate clause, is used in the beginning, so at that time a comma should be used to separate two clauses. Okay, it would be clear to you. So let's see the examples and understand. Neha goes to school in a van which is very big. Here Neha goes to school in a van, it is a main clause, and which is very big, it is a subordinate clause. Because if we say which is very big, can you give any clear meaning to it? No, it does not express the complete sense when we just speak this much. So if we have to use this sentence, it has to be dependent for its meaning on the main clause. So independent one clause, dependent one clause, both are joined using conjunction which is a subordinating conjunctions. So we can see that one main clause and one subordinate clause is joined using the conjunction which. Another example, I'll complete my work if you help. So again, I'll complete my work is the main clause because it has its own meaning. But if we say if you help, then it does not have its clear meaning. So it is the subordinate clause and it is joined using subordinating conjunction if. But when we take it as a clause, we have to include these conjunctions also with that, and that's why I was speaking which is very big and if you help as the subordinate clauses. And you can take this first word as the conjunction also for your understanding. Now let's have a look at the subordinating conjunctions which are used to join one independent and one dependent clause. So these are the list of the subordinating conjunctions like after, before, though, although, because, as, if, unless, since, and so many, when, whenever, where, wherever, whereas, and so many. You might be worried that how can we remember all such long list of subordinating conjunctions. But no need to worry, because there is a simple trick. If it is not fanboys coordinating conjunction, then you can simply assume it as the subordinating conjunction. It's a shortcut. Like we remember that fanboys make the compound sentence. So if any of the given conjunction is not from fanboys coordinating conjunction, then it is subordinating conjunction. This is how you can take a shortcut to assume it. Okay, now let's have a recap. Simple sentence takes one independent clause. Compound sentence is made up of two independent clauses, and we use coordinating conjunctions to join those two independent clauses. And complex sentence is made up of one independent and one dependent clause, and the conjunctions used to join one dependent and one independent clauses are subordinating conjunctions. Okay, now let's have a test. I'm giving you one exercise, you have to solve it, okay, on the basis of this structure given here. So you must remember this much and you will be master of sentences. So the first sentence is, Joe waited for the train, but the train was late. So the very shortcut is to look at the conjunction. If it is from fanboys, it is compound. If it is not from fanboys, obviously it is complex. Yes, but we should not dependent on only this, signal words, because we need to understand its structure as well. This is the main objective. So Joe waited for the train, it is independent sentence, and the train was late, it is also an independent sentence. So two independent sentences are joined using the conjunction but, coordinating conjunction but. So it is a correct compound sentence. Second sentence, you can wait or leave. Here such sentences may make you confused, but you do not have to be confused at all. See, here Joe and the train, there were two different subjects, but in this sentence there is one subject, that is you. So we have not repeated and we have not written it here. But if we want to write, we can write you can wait or you can leave. So it is understood that the subject is you in this sentence. So in such sentences there is no need to confuse that here after conjunction only one word is given. So what is it? Dependent, independent. Okay, so just assume it as the common subject. So it is just independent sentence only, but it is hidden. The difference is it is not written here because it is understood. So one independent and other independent, joined using coordinating conjunction or, so obviously again it is compound sentence. Third is, would you buy a car if you have enough money? So would you buy a car, it's a main clause. If you have enough money is the subordinate clause, because if we say if you have money, then it does not make clear sense. So it is dependent, and would you buy a car is independent. So what is the structure of complex? One independent, one dependent, and connected using the subordinating conjunctions. Here if is the subordinating conjunctions. So it is the complex sentence. Next is, Anjali loves eating chocolates, ice creams and cakes. See, in such sentences people generally get confused because and is used here. But see, I have highlighted the conjunctions. Here I have not highlighted. Why? Because here and is not joining two independent clauses, but it is joining two nouns. So it is not used here as a coordinating conjunction. So this type of sentence is without any use of the conjunction. So in which sentence we do not use any conjunction? Obviously in simple sentence. The other criteria to test is it has only one subject and one finite verb. Okay, you cannot see any other subject or any other finite verb. So it is, it falls in the category of simple sentence. And the last one is, Adit could not take part in race as he had sprained his legs. So here if we just remove this much part and speak to someone as he had sprained his legs, can anyone understand it? No. It needs some reference. It has to be dependent on some other clauses to make its clear sense. So when we say Adit could not take part in race as he had sprained his legs, then it becomes clear. So again here one independent clause and one dependent clause are joined using the conjunction as, which is a subordinating conjunction. So once again it is a complex sentence. Okay, so I hope you would have understood. For having a mastery over sentences, you must remember all the rules, regulations and the structures. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section. Thank you for watching video.